怒ってやるようらー。
The Tashkent is an SR destroyer from the Northern Parliament, which is available for limited construction during the Northern Overture event, and is probably the best Italian-Russian mix we would ever get. Tashkent goes by the nickname the Blue Cruiser due to how she was basically a smaller, faster Russian version of the Yamato-class cruise liners fielded by the Japanese during World War II. Tashkent also goes by the nickname Trash Can, which was given to her by meme-loving armchair admirals who are also the same guys who gave Bismarck the nickname Biscuit. To understand her better, let's compare her to the most Italian food ever, the pizza. So what do you get when you got yourself a Tashkent? You get a thick crust which is soft and savory, and is probably the best part of this Russian pizza, topped with a thick layer of Russian flavored sauce, which is, while important, is on the way and is preventing you from enjoying the soft and savory crust. You also get more Russian topping to finish your Russian pizza, but almost no one care about it anyways, since everyone only wants that soft and savory crust. If you are willing to pay some extra, you can get the premium version, which is basically the same deal, but with thicker crust and lesser toppings, which will let you enjoy that soft and savory crust a bit more. Whichever version you choose, just keep in mind that an order of Tashkent also comes with a bottle of vodka to wash everything down. Stats wise, Tashkent has the highest firepower of all the destroyers in the game. Tashkent has 2,649 hit points, 180 points in firepower, 176 points in anti-air and 279 points in torpedo, which is topped with a light armor. Much like most of the ships in the game, Tashkent is a specialist who specializes in one thing, but is rather lacking in other departments. Tashkent has the highest firepower and hit points among all destroyers, making her a very tanky and powerful gunboat as far as destroyers goes. Tashkent has 3 skills, 2 offensive type and 1 support type, which all in all emphasizes her role as a gunboat. Her first skill is called the Blue Cruiser. This skill increases Tashkent's firepower by 10% at the start of the game and lets her summon her familiar, which helps her fight for 50 seconds. The damage this familiar deals depends on the level of this skill. Additionally, Tashkent gets an additional 2% firepower for every enemy she sinks, which is stackable up to 5 times, making for a total of 10% additional firepower on top of the initial 10% firepower buff. Her support type skill is called Trajectory Marking. This is a passive skill that increases the main gun efficiency by 10% and accuracy by 15% for all your Northern Parliament destroyers with Northern Parliament main guns equipped. Lastly is the All-Out Assault. This is a barrage skill that is triggered every time Tashkent fires her main gun 10 times. Now onto her gears. Tashkent is a specialist that requires specific equipment to make use of her skill. For this reason, your only options for her main gun are the single 130mm main gun, which fires HE shells, and the twin 130mm main gun B2LM, which fires normal shells. The twin 130mm main gun B2LM is a better option because it has a tighter spread range and higher firepower stats, and while it can't take advantage of shell type modifier that the single 130mm main gun has, it makes up for it with raw damage stats. For her torpedoes, I recommend the quintuple 533mm torpedoes on her if you are playing her on manual, or the quintuple 533mm magnetic torpedoes if you are an auto player. For her main gun, it doesn't really matter which one you give her, since her AA stats and gear efficiency is not really main selling point, so you can just give her the standard quadruple 40mm Bofors gun. The twin 105mm AA gun SKC is also a good alternative. You can also go full retard mode like me and give her the 134mm twin high angle gun for that extra 15 points in firepower. Actually, I only give her that as a troll move because nothing is crazier than having anti-air gun that has a bigger caliber than your main gun. For her auxiliary, the standard repair tool and fire suppressor are good option for her to increase her survivability, which is one of her main selling point. There isn't really much auxiliary options for her, since she already have her skills to back her up, and a good portion of her damage output will be coming from the familiar that she summons with her the Blue Cruiser skill. For fleet arrangement, Tashkent is best paired with Aurora and Minsk for the 35% damage buff. that Aurora's Revelatsiya skill provides, and the 40% evasion buff that Minsk's Smoker screen has to increase both firepower and survivability of your vanguard. Tashkent can also be paired with other vanguard ships from other nation without any effect on her performance, but doing so will prevent you from taking full advantage of her skills. The reason why I picked Aurora and Minsk is because out of all the Northern Parliament ships, only the two of them has team buff skills that can be useful to Tashkent. Well then, that's it for this video, and as always, these are all just my suggestion and everyone is free to either use it or ignore it. Before I go, I would like to invite those of you who are in the Washington server to join my guild, which is called Church of Laffey. The guild is only level 1, so I can only accept the first 19 players who will submit an application. I named the guild Church of Laffey because I'm a loyal Laffey devotee, but everyone is free to join regardless of who is your waifu. Other details will be available in the description. As always, thank you for your continued support and I will see you guys around.